Hello, hello, welcome in. I'll be doing another healing this evening. Just clearing up any of the heavy energy that we've been feeling this week. I know there's been a full moon in Leo. We just entered Pisces season as well. So I feel like there's these wave of emotions that are just all around us. Hey Haley, how's it going? Hey Crystal. I think Cherie's here too. How's everyone feeling? Happy Friday. I'm glad you're here. We'll be lifting a lot of that heavy energy. Any fear, any anxiety. Let me know if the music's too loud or if it's good there. Hello, hello. Hi. Yeah, there's a lot of heavy energy that's being moved around. I feel it. The week's been all over the place and just a lot of wild energy. I'm glad you're here. Hopefully we can kind of ground ourselves back into a peaceful place. I think just being in nature, that's really important right now. Rachel, you are back. I brought you back. I'm glad that it helps. So yeah, take this moment just to clear space. Let go of any heavy energy. Let go of any worries or fears or doubts. And if you want to write into the chat, you could do so. You could write, I release, and anything that's been weighing you down. Hello, hello. Sorry about that. It's been a lot of wild energy. Wild energy. Yep. Uncertainty is, a lot of people have spoken to, honestly, the last forever. Just as long as I've been existed. There's always this uncertainty. And we kind of have to build the tools to kind of surf the waves of that. Waves of fear, doubt, waves of the uncertainty. Know that you've been strong enough to bring yourself to where you are right now. Know that you have that flexibility to take you wherever you need to go next. Hey Deborah, how's it going? Lisa, how are you doing? Insecurity and anxiety. Anxiety I've been dealing with this week. A few of my clients have had a lot of anxiety. I think it comes up, it is a survival technique that happens within the brain. Lisa's letting go an entire house, if anybody's looking. But yeah, anxiety. There's a ton of coping mechanisms that I could teach. Eft tapping, breathing techniques. But it's always just kind of figuring out where the anxiety came from. No. It's not for free, Rachel. But yeah, I think I saw someone said they have a toothache. If you want, rest your hand wherever it is that is kind of hurting and just kind of notice the warmth from your own hand flowing through it. And just kind of imagine it as light traveling there. Still, always going to recommend a dentist, but use that and see if it helps alleviate any of the pain. Then like a breathing technique for anxiety that I've had to use. Well, first of all, getting out of the area that you're feeling the anxiety in, because if you're still in that same area, it's gonna just keep pushing you, making you just kind of, you're not gonna be able to heal in a place that's hurting you, basically. But if you go outside or somewhere away from it, then just breathing deeply through the nose, then exhaling through the mouth as if you're kind of blowing out through a straw or kind of whistling. And yeah, if you feel any pulling anywhere specific, it's probably clearing a lot of the heavy energy away. So stomach is sort of a solar plexus, sense of your strength and your power. Feet I associate with kind of that root chakra, you connecting to the ground, connecting to the earth. If you want, I do feel a lot of heavy energy. If you want, just taking a deep breath in right now and just slowly exhaling. So if you feel it in the head, that's sort of the crown chakra. Hey Shai, how's it going? Before I forget, everyone, please follow my moderators. They're all amazing, intuitive, they're powerful, creative. Yep, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. This is a safe space. Whoever you are, I want you to feel safe here. The crown chakra connects you to that higher self, that connects you to your spirituality. If there are any blocks there, it'll be released. The thing with Reiki is that it's intuitive, it's conscious, it knows where it needs to go to heal, and it knows what you need healed right now. Yep, so it's going everywhere that it needs to, just to kind of relieve any of that heavy energy, that dense energy. We'll kind of go over the explanation where Reiki is, it's known as a universal life force. So if you want, imagine yourself kind of sitting in an ocean of just pure light, healing light. And imagine that water kind of healing through the body. And so the thing is, this is a mix of both the energies I could tap into and the energies that your body knows that it could tap into as well. Because the things that I do, the pulling, kind of like when I do this, it's just lifting any of those heavy energies. Normally for me, I feel like it signifies lifting any anxiety, depression, any of those heavy emotions that sit in the energetic body and the mind. And it allows space for kind of that relaxation, that calm self-love to kind of flow in once it's released. Yeah, take slow, deep breaths. I feel there's a lot of heavy energy tonight. There's a lot of anxious energy. And the thing with Reiki is that you know how to heal yourself. If you kind of hit your elbow on a table or something like that, or on a chair, or your knee on a chair, you kind of reach for it and kind of hold on to that space, and you kind of imagine yourself healing. And that's how Reiki works. It's an energy force that you're tapping into. You're just trusting your own intuition, trusting your body to heal you. This energy is everywhere. I'm sending you healing, sending you all the healing. So my Reiki works a little bit differently as well, especially like when I'm doing one-on-ones, in the sense where I'll call it shadow Reiki, because I want to dive into what's causing these wounds, what's causing this anxiety, this depression, this unsettled feeling, and trying to creating the tools that you need to kind of release those fully, creating a meditation that you could use whenever you need to kind of let go of the heavy energy. Yeah, traumatic memories it's a lot. It can trigger really badly. constantly having to remind yourself that you're safe, that you're okay, that that's like in the past. Hey Courtney, how are you doing? I'm good. Just relaxing, just vibing. I do different things, but right now this is the main thing that I've been trying to focus on. My goal is to create a healing community, to work with clients one-on-one, to try and dive deeper into things. That way they could heal, that they could learn to heal on their own. How do I cleanse energy for myself? So before I start my live, I open space. And you could open space with anything you do, whatever you want to believe in. You could call on your guides, your spirit animals, your power animals, your ancestors, and just ask them for protection. And once you finish, then you could basically just close space and thank them for being there, thanking them for guiding you, protecting you, just saying that you're safe now to release any energy that you might have picked up that's not your energy. I think ASMR is good. It's not my cup of tea, but I know it helps a lot of people. I do Reiki on myself. So my entire journey of becoming a Reiki practitioner was just kind of, honestly, me wanting to heal myself, to become better, a better version of myself, more in control of my thoughts, because there was a lot of intrusive thoughts, a lot of heavy thoughts that were coming in. And they weren't my thoughts. So I do believe ASMR is effective. Honestly, I think anything is effective if you believe it's going to help you. And that belief alone. For this, I focus more so on energy healing, mental healing, the energetic body. I think it could alleviate some pain on physical ailments, but I think still being in professional care, doctor's care, is important. Same thing for therapy. I was talking to Haley about it earlier. I think you need both. I don't think you should rely on one singular thing for healing. Going to the doctors when you need to, going to therapy when you need to. I consider myself spiritual, so there's no specific religion that I tie myself down to. Yes, I do one-on-ones. Everything's linked in my bio. The music, one-on-one information, meditation apps, different communities that I go to for my own healing. All right, I'm going to change things up a bit. I'm going to use Bismuth Crystals. Well, it's metal, so bismuth metal, to try and clear through the different chakras. So the first one I'm going to use is for the Root Chakra. This is the one that I'll use. And so the Root Chakra is basically the base of the spine. This is how you ground into your reality, into your body, how you feel connected to everything. Or if there's imbalances here, this is where you feel a disconnect from it. So if you want, from the base of your spine, imagine kind of like roots of light, connecting to the earth, digging into the earth, connecting to the heart of the planet, allowing earth energy to flow through you, to flow through the spine, to the body, for any healing that you need. And yeah, I'll work through the different chakras, just clear out a bit. heavy energy here. So for me, I don't consider it working through the screen. Kind of like what I explained earlier, that Reiki is an energy force that exists around us. So I kind of imagine it like an ocean of water that we're all sitting in. And I set the intention that anyone that's here needs that healing, needs that energy, needs that power. And for them to join the live, for them to be here, for them to tap into that energy subconsciously, for them to heal where they need to be healed. In Usui Reiki, there is a distance symbol that's normally used, but because I consider myself kind of connected directly to the earth, connected wherever you are. Because if you see space as something that separates us, or any separation from us, I think that's not exactly true. It might feel that way, but I feel like we're all connected by something greater. And also subconscious, you tapping into the energy. So I see myself kind of like the conductor of an orchestra. I do the gestures, I tell you what it's supposed to do. In your mind, in your subconscious, you know where it needs healing, and it automatically directs that energy to where it needs to go. And that's how it works through the screen. So that's why also for this, like, you don't have to look at the screen. You could just have me playing in the background. The same energy is going to go to you. The same healing energy is going to reach you. It's always there. Yep, we are one. We look at the universe, I think it's called the law of reflection, where even the people that trigger us, it's an aspect of ourselves that we see within them that's angering and upsetting of us. Sometimes you have to block people. Sometimes you have to walk away from people that are not positive in your life. The people that aren't encouraging you. The people that are bringing you down. Yeah, you'll feel this energy everywhere. I'm focusing it directly on Root Chakra, but Bismuth, the metal, it's meant to heal every single chakra point. Just that I picked 7 different colors. That way, it kind of helps you understand it a bit more. So this one is Bismuth. Every crystal I'll be using is Bismuth, and then the wand that I use is selenite. So if you want, just taking a deep breath in, then slowly exhaling. And as you exhale, feel any heavy energy kind of washing away, fading away, dissipating. Any fear, any doubt. I think the universe does care about us, just not in the way that we think caring is for. We're meant to grow. If we look at the Dolores Cannon material, it's about understanding energy, manipulating energy. If you think about the human body, it's sort of like a car. We sit into the driver's seat and we're controlling it. The soul sort of steps into the body and experiences life, kind of like a fully immersive movie. Narcissists know how to prey on empaths. I'm going to move over to Sacral Chakra. So the Sacral Chakra sits just below the belly button. So it's not your fault that narcissists have come into your life. It's just that they show up, they know how to act, they know how to trigger us in specific ways. But I think it's good to just kind of be on your toes. Make a checklist of things that you like in relationships and don't like in relationships, and that's your green flag, red flag, and you pay attention to it. Because I think anywhere from 3 to 6 months, that's how long it takes before someone starts showing their like true colors. So it's a trial and error. It's a process. Because at the beginning, we like to show our best side. We put on a show. After that 3 to 6 month mark, you start kind of letting go, who you were pretending to be, and you start becoming the real you. Yep, setting boundaries, and you keep that checklist, and every day, every week, kind of check it off. Are your needs being met? Are you setting boundaries? Yeah, when it's parents, it's difficult. When it's relatives or family, it's difficult. I have to do like shielding stuff. I kind of have to dissociate or like kind of detach a bit when I'm around those. Yep. Recognize and notice what the red flags are. So right now I'm healing through the Sacral Chakra. This is just below the belly button. I'm channeling Reiki energy through the crystal, directing that energy towards you. PTSD is rough. PTSD and complex PTSD it's a lot. It's a trauma in the brain. It rewires the brain from bad experiences. So this one is bismuth. We talk about New Earth a lot because we're all trying to escape, but I think each of us individually are the New Earth. Who we become by healing, who we present ourselves in this reality, is the New Earth. The lessons we heal from, the traumas that we heal from, become the medicine that we bring into this world. And from there we create the New Earth. And even if you just help one other person, just one, you've changed reality. You could look at the rock, you could look at anything you want. If you want to close your eyes and just listen. I know a lot of people kind of join the lives and it's just relaxing. We use it to fall asleep. Yep, there's a lot of new age stuff that it's very heavy, where we have to ground ourselves back into reality, but not so much that we're like feeling the hopelessness that the media puts out there. Yes, things are bad out there. But as explaining to one of my clients earlier this week, like the world has always felt like it's ending the moment it began. It's good to pay attention at what's happening, to be cautious where we step, but also in the moment recognize that where we are is safe, and if we don't feel safe there, go somewhere that can feel safe. Yep, this is not tied to any religious affiliation at all. This is just pure spiritual. So whatever faith you are, the healing is going to go to you if you feel called to it. I'm going to move on to the next chakra. So this is going to be solar plexus. This is just above the belly button. This is the source of your power and your strength, your energy, your drive. I forgot I didn't explain sacral before, but sacral is sort of that creative energy. Only if you feel called to buy crystals, but I recommend looking up what you want specifically to heal from. No guided meditations yet. I'm trying to figure out what I should do next for guided meditations. My one-on-one sessions are basically guided meditations because we'll work through the chakra wheel specifically. The energy is more focused one-on-one. And then we go on a journey connecting to whatever you need to connect with. Your higher self, spirit guides, inner child, cord cutting, or even just deep emotional healing. Because I've mixed kind of like a little bit of shamanic journeying, a little bit of shadow work and Reiki into one thing. Shadow work tips. I'd recommend checking out Chronically Ghosted. She does post shadow work prompts. If you check out her shop as well, I think she has some shadow work prompts out there. But for me, what I do is I look at what's triggering me right now. Let's say if it was anxiety, what's making me anxious? And you kind of want to track it and hunt it. You basically want to play detective with the emotion that you have, the energy that's kind of irritating you, that's left you feeling imbalanced. And if you're not sure what it is, it's sort of like, honestly, I love journaling. I'm always going to recommend journaling first. What do I feel? Why do I feel this way? Is this my energy? Did I pick this energy up from someone else? Is this energy tied, or this emotion or thought tied to different events that have happened in my life? I'm trying to go through them. For obsessive thoughts, I kind of think of that as maybe intrusive thoughts. A lot of meditation. And by meditating, I mean just a bit more focusing on something specific. So what you could do, some easy meditation tricks are, especially if you feel those intrusive thoughts, take a moment, step back. If you have a book, can you open it and read it out loud? If there's like a label on something, can you open it? Can you just start reading it out loud? Because you'll start utilizing different aspects of the brain and the body, where you become more focused on what's happening where you are, because your mind starts to drift. You start going into wherever the mind wants to go, whatever thoughts it wants to go to. But whatever you could do to bring you back to present moment is going to help with those obsessive, intrusive thoughts. If you can, look up Eft Tapping as well. That's something that they could do if you feel kind of fidgety, or something that could bring you back into the present moment. I know the collarbone is one point, so if you tap on it, that helps you kind of tap back into the body, tap back into that energy. And it's a meridian point that's supposed to help for relaxation. All right, I'm going to move to the next chakra. Same thing as before. We'll be using bismuth. We'll be using green for the heart space. So if you want to hold your hand against your chest as you're feeling the energy. This energy's flowing through you. Thank you, Crystal. Shout out to my mods. I sometimes forget. Shout out to all my moderators. Please follow them. Check them out. They have amazing content. If you like me, you're going to love the stuff that they put out there. So if you want, call back any heart fragments that might have been broken or lost. Any hurt that you might have felt. Any pain. Allow the energy to flow through you. Just channeling the energy to you. If you want, I imagine sometimes if there's a broken heart, I imagine kind of like an orb that was shattered, but I imagine those energies pulling the orb back together and the orb healing itself from any broken events that shattered it. Yep. I do that a lot. Even if you're not a Reiki practitioner, resting your hand on your body, channeling energy, channeling healing energy to where you need it. You're a healer. You're utilizing a form of Reiki. For me, visualizations are important. If we can't go out in nature, imagine yourself being in nature, and imagine like light kind of restoring you and healing you. Yep. If your hands get hot, that's normal. Hands are kind of like that heart chakra space as well, so it's pulling energy in. Yes, you can heal from a broken heart. You cannot visualize. Can you conceptualize, though? Because I know Lisa can't visualize either, but whenever I go through the descriptions, I know she'll use kind of the concepts to try and help piece it together, and that way it works in her own way. And also for me, that means if you can't conceptualize, pull up a photo of somewhere that does look pretty, a memory of somewhere that's calm and peaceful, somewhere on the internet, or even like a TikTok video of someone just walking through nature or somewhere that feels pleasant, because you'd be focusing then, still using similar techniques to try and bring you back into the present moment or somewhere just more peaceful. I have to look up better. I hope that helps. I'm trying to look up better ways of describing it, because I know some people can visualize and some cannot visualize. For me, I visualize too much, but I know if you can, it's different. It's a different way of understanding it. And then just trusting the concepts to flow through you, using more physical world things, I think is going to help a lot. If you can draw, if you can write, that's also a meditation form that helps as well. When I start doing heart work, the heart there might be a lot of pain in the heart. It might be tied to the throat chakra as well. Maybe you were kind of silenced. There's a lot of healing that has to be done, I think. Thank you, Lisa. Writing and scripting. Yeah, if you can't visualize, writing it down, drawing it out, whatever feels natural to you. Yeah, if it's dead and gray out there, I recommend just looking up a video of somewhere that's a bit more colorful to be right now. Depends on what state the potatoes are in right now. Are they cooked or are they not cooked? I only put the potatoes in the fridge if I've made a meal out of them. That's my cooking advice. This is a metal called bismuth, and I will be moving onto the throat chakra. So that we imagine is blue. This is going to... Someone asked about potatoes. Any blocks in your throat chakra, anywhere that your words have felt silenced, feel those blocks being removed, and imagine blue light kind of entering through the throat, kind of clearing the energy up. I don't know, we leave them out, but I'm in New York and it's kind of cold. Nope, even in the summer we leave it out. Not for too long though, before they start growing. If you found the crystal out of the blue, maybe you were meant to find it, but I'd recommend kind of clearing it out. If you have incense, if you use fire to try and cleanse it, that works. On my pendant, it's a pi stone that is pyrite. So pyrite's good for protection. It's good for abundance. So that's why I use bismuth on my lives, because sometimes people pop in and out, and if I have to explain too many different crystals, it becomes a mess. Any of these bismuth crystals are meant to work with all of the chakras. That's the thing. I just picked a random color that way, just so that if someone's watching this maybe on my YouTube after, it's more coherent. But each crystal is meant to heal every single chakra. It doesn't matter. Yep, it has kind of that Crown Chakra vibe too. Happy Black History Month. I don't say it because I feel like why 1 month? I feel like us as a whole need to be inclusive of everybody. I was talking about things a lot earlier with some of my friends, trying to figure things out, trying to understand inclusion, accepting everyone for what they are. And it's such a tricky thing. there's a lot wrong with the world, and trying to fix it is a whole thing. That's why I picked to do Reiki. I'm like, I can do this. I can heal this way. Yep. There needs to be acceptance. There needs to be more light in the world. I'm familiar with light language, but it is something different. I channel it sometimes, not on lives, because that's, for me, it's a bit more extreme. I'm not sure that's something. I already have to explain Reiki a lot, but light language could be a lot. More kindness. The way I see it, there's a lot of programming that goes on in this matrix reality that we are in. That's why I try to keep it as simple as possible. Heal yourself. Heal what's hurt you. Become who you need to become. Become who you needed to be. Become the person you needed when you were hurting or at your lowest. Bring that light to the world. I have been to the Akashic Records, but I've done it through 2 different ways. I've done it through Reiki, and I've done it through shamanic journeying. It's good. It's clarifying. It helps. But the issue is that we're still here in the 3D, so it's a lot of, how do I make that work? How do I put these pieces together? No worries. A lot of the Reiki lives that I do, I put them up on my YouTube after, or like the day after. Time is not linear. That's true. Reiki travels everywhere as well. So Reiki could travel through time and space. You could send it to future you could send it to past you, and heal those versions that were hurt. I'm going to move to third eye, and then we could tap on inner child. Let me know if there's anything specific you want to know about the inner child, but I could just rant. Inner child. Have you noticed? I've noticed that. I've noticed a lot of things in the world. But inner child. Well, I see the inner child as, because I'm constantly telling people to connect to their inner child, their younger self, and it's not exactly what we think it is, because the younger self is still the ego that is forming. So it's a lot of I want. But when I say inner child, I speak of a very specific energy, and that's a curious energy, an energy where when you looked at the world, you'd ask questions. Why is this? Why are there rainbows? Why are there clouds? Why is all of this? And I kind of want to bring us back to that energy, and I think we should all go back to the energy. If you're coughing, it could be removing some heavy energy from the throat chakra. And so the inner child, the way I see it, was kind of that playful one, the curious one, the one that wanted to learn, the one that just wanted to have fun, the one that thought anything was possible, that could dream any dream, and it felt like it was capable of doing something. And then as we grew up, we hit roadblocks, we hit a whole bunch of different things that kind of held us back. Yep, going to Disneyland. I used to do that a lot before the state of the world now. My goal was always to do whatever I couldn't do as a child, I wanted to do now. Go out on an adventure, go to Disney World, go to Disneyland. The world crushes the light. Yep, Rachel, we're gonna go. Once things get better. Sometimes I work with the archangels. I study through a shamanic lineage, so I work with different archetypes more than archangels. So like serpent energy, jaguar energy, hummingbird energy, eagle and condor energy, those are the 5 that I work with the most. But the inner child, I think we should put the inner child back on the pedestal where they should be. The one that's curious, the one that wants to play, have fun, learn to dance and sing. That's what I think the inner child is. I think that's what we have to connect to. And that's what we have to understand. So this right here, why doesn't my mother love me? It always bothers you, and is this something that you could heal? Yes, you can heal it, but it is a meditation in which you basically have to reparent yourself. You have to go meet the younger version of yourself. You have to go meet the inner child of yourself, and you have to offer them the love that you needed. You have to rewrite that memory, rewrite that timeline by offering yourself that love, that hope, that joy. Literally telling yourself it's going to be okay. You're going to be safe. You're going to be loved. Because by you doing that, you create a loop in reality. Within your own mind, you start healing that wound. You give yourself the love that you need. Let me know if that makes sense. That's something that I had to do. I'm not sure what you mean by purging process. Do you mean kind of like healing through the shadows? Yep, so this crystal I'm using is specifically for the third eye. So that's why you might feel that pulling. I'm going to move on to the last chakra that I'm going to work with tonight, which is going to be the Crown Chakra. This is your connection to higher self, connection to spirit, your spirituality, your beliefs, your faith. Yep, you could heal from parental abuse in the same healing modality. Offer yourself that love. Go back into that timeline. So the way this would work, so there's the meditation you have to do. You have to imagine yourself in a place of nature that you like going to. A forest, the beach. Somewhere that's safe. Somewhere that's calm. It could be a room that feels safe. But go there in your mind, listening to calming music. Call upon your younger self. Call upon your inner child. And let them show up. Whatever version of them shows up, let them show up. If it's the specifically wounded version that you feel, let them show up. But different things might happen. Either you're going to have to offer them the love and offer them the strength. Tell them it's going to be okay. Tell them they're loved. Tell them that they're beautiful. Tell them everything you needed to hear, tell them. But the other thing that could happen is that maybe when you show up, maybe you show up as the inner child, and an older version of you has to show up and then offer you that love and offer you that energy and embrace you. And that's something I would do. Honestly, any meditation music, if you look up shamanic drumming to play while you do that, it helps a lot. I do that as well during my one-on-ones, but it does, you can end up crying. There can be a lot of heavy energy that's moved. And crying is okay. Crying is safe. Crying is removing that energy. So that's how you heal the mind, by connecting to the inner child, offering the inner child love, putting that inner child back on the pedestal. And then the next thing you have to do is, because trauma gets stored in different parts of the body. It gets stored in the mind, the energetic body. It gets stored in the physical body as well. So I'd recommend looking up on YouTube breathwork exercises. That's something you could do as well. Breathwork helps move a lot of that heavy energy out. Every time I do breathwork, it's like 20 minutes of just deep, focused breathing. And you might find yourself crying during that too. And it does move the energy. Crying is processing. I would say that it's processing the energy. So yeah, you could say it's removing the energy, but it's allowing you the safe space to kind of release that heavy, dense energy that you might have collected over the years. Setting up boundaries. If you feel like you're not in a great place to listen to people's problems, you'd have to set the boundary and be like, hey, I'm sorry. If you want, you could put your phone, if this is for you personally, sometimes you have to put your phone on like do not disturb and just be like, hey, feel free to use this space to vent. I'm just running a few errands, but I'll get back to you whenever I can. Or set up the boundary and just say like, hey, I'm sorry right now. I'm dealing with a lot right now. I'm not able to fully be there for you to give you the attention that you need. and set those boundaries. But also, so this is something I do as an empath. When someone comes to me and they have an issue, I want to help them. I want to help them so much. They tell me the problem and I give them the solution. You can do different things here. Before you give a solution, ask them what they want. Do they want feedback? Do they want a solution? Or do you want me to just listen? Because some people, they just want to talk it out and then they need to figure it out on their own. Because I had a few friends and I'd give all the solutions, just like this, all the solutions, everything that they would need. Perfect solution for the problem. And they wouldn't listen to me. They would go ask other people. Not even ask, they would just tell the story over and over again to other people. Because they don't want the solution. They don't need the solution. They have to come up with a solution themselves. Otherwise, it doesn't mean anything. And for me, I'm a strategist. I love thinking in terms of strategy. I love thinking in terms of just how can I help you? Because I know what it feels like to not have someone to help. I want to be the person that helps you. But stepping back, honestly playing therapist, I'm sad because this person said so and so to me. Well, why do you feel that way? Is this tied to a memory of the past? Is this tied to something that makes you feel this way? Talk to me more about it. Let's kind of explore it and allow them to tell the story. I'm just going to be using a bit of selenite just to clear up any heaviness that's in the room. Let me know if anyone needs any pulling as well, because we're getting close to the near end of it. And yes, empaths, projectors, we have the best solutions. We know the best solutions. But people don't want to hear it. They need to come up with it on their own. Pulling, yes. So any heavy, dense energy that might still be lingering, I'm going to be pulling it for the next 5 minutes or so. So wherever you need it to be pulled from, there's only removing heavy, dense energy, dark energy. All the light I've infused in you is still going to stay there. So those are two things you could do. I am an empath. And so I know empaths and highly sensitive people they're made from different things. They're made in different ways. But so set your boundaries. If you can't handle it right now, tell them, hey, I can't handle it. Or even if you can't find the words to tell them you can't handle it, just put the phone on Do Not Disturb, turn it off. Later, just be like, hey, my battery died. Sorry. And just take the time to yourself. If you are in the space to help them, ask them. I'm gonna listen, but do you want solutions, or do you want me to just listen? Because sometimes when they speak it, when they tell the story, they start seeing the plot points. They start seeing how they feel. Because I could say for days, you should break up with that person. They're awful. They're terrible. Leave them. Get out of there. But they never do. They have to come to the resolution themselves. They have to come to the place in the story where they feel like they're the hero. They feel like they're still in control. They need that aha moment. Like, oh, that makes sense. I understand now. And even though you see it and you want to help them, you have to let them run around in the fire a bit if they don't want that. If they don't want that advice. You might be feeling this in the throat chakra, angel wings. There's no right or wrong. If you're not sure if you want to leave someone, write it down. Why? What are they bringing to me that makes me think they should stay? And what have they been doing that makes me think that they're not the one, that they've been hurting me? And so that becomes your pros and cons list. If the cons list starts outweighing the pros list, that's when you could do different things. You could have a conversation with them and see if they want to be an adult about it. Because I know with narcissists, when you bring up certain things, or even anybody if you bring critical information to, they're going to want to fight back and not understand that when you do this, I feel this way. And I think that's a good way to describe it. When you said that to me, I felt this. And if they want to kind of divert to it, that's not, if they want to divert and tell their side of the story or something completely random from that point, they're no longer understanding the point. And that's the thing. And that's kind of how the game is played. And I don't like saying that it's a game, but that's what it feels like. And setting boundaries in this way, so I open sacred space when I do these lives. Open sacred space when you're having that conversation with your partner. Tell them, listen, I kind of just want space to vent. I want space to talk about something that you've done that has made me feel a certain way. I just kind of want to work through it. I don't want it to feel like, create a space where they know that, like, you did this and I felt that way. And only if they can approach you in a similar manner, instead of over talking you and instead of it becoming a huge argument for no reason, that's the important formula. And I know it doesn't work that way for everybody. I know that's not the dynamic everybody has. This is the dynamic I would like to see in the world. So that's why I talk about it. Your words are spells. Use them. Create your reality. Put your foot down and tell them, I just want to talk about it. I want to talk about that energy. I want to talk about how I felt. I want to talk about how you made me feel in that moment. It's not about finding the solution. I just want to vent out my frustration. Same thing. I open space before I do this. I ask for protection. I'm sorry, I'm not good with psychic readings like that. If he's meant to get that job, he'll get that job. If he doesn't get it, it means the universe has something better in store for him, and it might just be a journey that pushes into somewhere new or somewhere different. What if he won't? Because he has a new person. It sounds like you need closure. And in this sense, if you're not able to talk to him, write it out into a letter. You don't have to send it to him. Just write it out somewhere, or him or her, they, whatever it is, just write it out. Because the closure is about you. The closure is what it sounds like what you need. Yes, I'm able to use Reiki through the screen. I'm able to send you healing energy. Is there a specific place on the left side? If you're feeling the pull in your stomach, that is solar plexus. So that's clearing up energy from the solar plexus. All right, really quickly, I want to send you all a bit of shielding as I start to close things up. So if you want, imagine an orb of light surrounding you, protecting you. Imagine it unfolding slowly. And it could be light. It could be an element that you like: fire, water, ice, air, earth. Allow that energy to surround you. And know that it's a shield that can protect you, that will protect you. And every day before you start the day or wherever you go, call upon a shield. Just say, I am protected. I am shielded. You are protected and you are shielded. And visualize that energy surrounding you. Especially as empaths, I want you to constantly visualize that shield there. Halfway through your day, around lunchtime, before you come back from break or whatever, call that shield back. Call that back to you. And if you could visualize being in a place of nature, calling that energy in, do that. If you can't visualize it, say the words. Just say, I'm protected by a shield of light, by energy, by power, by divine guidance. Anything that you feel called to. Someone said they felt energy directly in like throat and the arms, and for me that's kind of the heart chakra and the throat chakra. Name a Star Wars character for an edit. Listen, Boba Fett needs some work. Maybe not. Based on the TV show, he needs a bit of work. Let me know how you all feel. But yes, drink water. Next Friday, I'll be doing another live. Mondays I'm trying to do lives. It's not set in stone, so you'll just have to keep an eye out for that if I do that. It might just be Taylor Swift oriented. I'm just warning you now, for those of you that show up. What else do I do? Follow my YouTube. I'm trying to get that going a bit more. So all these lives I'm going to put there. That way, if you missed anything or you kind of want the full version of it, throw it up there. Yep. Rachel, yes, I'm dedicating Mondays to Taylor Swift specifically for the Swifties. It's been requested. Yeah, I had found a playlist of Taylor Swift instrumental, and I'm like, that's great. And Monday was fantastic because people were just joining in for Reiki, and they're like, what is playing in the background? I'm like, yep, exactly what you think is playing in the background is playing in the background. That's up on my YouTube as well. I need to calm down. My YouTube handle is the same as here, so if you look up Alchemist Kennedy, follow me on anything. Follow me on everything. I think it's just Instagram and YouTube right now. Just reading through the comments. And yes, if you wanna do Get It, it's a Swift song. Dislike Spears. Trying to think what else. If you want to work one-on-one with me, that schedule is up in my bio. If you need help with meditation, there is an app called Balanced that I have in my bio. I think it has like a 1-year free trial on it, so check that out. That's something that I use. It is not sponsored by it, just tools that I've used that have helped. But yeah, I hope you all had fun. Oh yeah, sorry, I always forget things. Please follow all of my moderators, every single one of them. Try Flying High, Very Crystal, Chronically Ghosted, Cherie Mystic, Rachel, I always forget what the handle is. I just know that it's you. Who did I? Queen of Cups Tarot. Did I forget anyone? Please don't hate me if I forgot any of my mods. Fermenta Fashion. All right, everyone. Have a good night or evening, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. I will catch you all possibly on Monday with Taylor Swift. All right. Take care. Bye.